This is the Candyland biome of the Nirvana mod map, which is not yet complete, but is available to be explored and or built in. But this is a really unique map. As you can see, it's got other biomes too besides just the Candyland biome. And you may be thinking that it looks a little different. The textures look a little different. And that is on purpose because the creator of this mod map, who goes by Pitsnoos, I hope I'm saying that right, on Discord, and on Twitter he goes by Albedo. He is a French modder. He is also the one who created the Irian mod map in Ark Survival Evolved. So this is his project that he's working on in Ark Survival Ascended. And as he said on his Discord, his PC is not the greatest. He'd been struggling to run Ark Survival Ascended. And so he decided to make a mod map where it was much better optimized. And so that's what he's done here. And he's gone for kind of a cartoony aesthetic as part of that. And so because there's less detail and lovely bright colors, it runs much better. So for those who also have PCs that are not the greatest, and also those who just want an Ark that looks different from what we're used to, this is a map which is entirely made up of islands that are floating in the nothingness of space. So yeah, I'm obviously in God mode, but if you fall off the floating islands, you die. So finding ways of getting between the different biomes can definitely require a little creativity. There are land bridges, there are flyers on this map, and there also are teleports built in some of the caves on this map. There's also another mod that goes along with this map called Cartoon Dinos that also makes versions of the creatures that look less detailed, so that it runs better. Here's part of one of the caves that has a teleport. The teleports have this cool stripy spiral sort of appearance to them. So let's see where this one takes us. All right, takes us out here. It's like, whew, we are back in Candyland. So I will be very curious to see how this map progresses as he works on finishing it up and adding to it. But for now, I thought that the unique colors and unique landscape of the Candyland biome would be a perfect backdrop for me to showcase another mod that I've been wanting to talk to y'all about, which is called Shokco's Decor, and it is by another French modder. The only items you will see in this entire build are things from this mod, from Shokco's Decor, or things from the base game. I have used no other mods at all in creating this, and so I'm just going to do a little bit of a flyby here, let you get a look at it. I also put some dinos out on display using the new display cases, just because it's a little easier. You don't have to worry about them running off if something attacks. But yeah, I love the lollipop trees and marshmallow rocks, candy cane trees, kinds of stuff. This is such a fun biome. And if you chop down the lollipop trees, see there, you get sap and veggie cakes. So you can farm veggie cakes on this map. You can get oil and honey from the giant candy canes. These smaller bushes give regular berries and fiber. And then of course you can get a lot of other regular resources in the other biomes. We've got our strawberry fruit punch flavored river over here. But anyway, let's go back to Shokco's Decor. You may see a few dead bodies lying around. Just ignore those. Just testing various things. I thought a perfect build to showcase some of the fun things about this building and decor mod is my Box Ascended build design. Since it kind of has that minimalistic modern sort of look, I thought it would go really well with this style of decor and building materials, and I think that it goes quite nicely. Let me know what you think. But I've got like some really cool lights here, and I love the door that comes with this building set. It also includes reskinned versions of a lot of the base game crafting stations. Like this is a smithy here Got all of the same recipes that you would find in a regular smithy. And yeah, I didn't find out actually until just the other day that these new base game display cases, I knew you could display chibis on them, but you can also display dinos in cryopods on them. And I thought that was such a cool touch. So yeah, you can display a creature in a cryopod, and the cryopod timer does not tick down, and the creature does not need to be fed. But you can also pet it in there. So it's kind of a fun way to be able to keep your favorites safe and yet also be able to enjoy looking at them. So that's a smithy. I love the round windows too, so fun. But this here these are storages. This is 2 of them side by side, but these are storages that have 1,000 slots. So that's super handy. And then we've got this cabinet here, or counter. This has 300 slots. And this little laptop here, this is actually the crafting station for the mod. And I really like how this mod is structured. It's really clever actually, because the only engram that you will unlock in your inventory is the PC here, which unlocks at a level 1. Yes, level 1. 5 crystal, 5 polymer, 10 metal ingots to craft it. And then all of the rest of the engrams live in this little laptop, which is very handy, especially considering that the mod is in French. For those of us who don't speak French, being able to see all of the things that are in the mod in one place so we can browse through is a lot easier than trying to find it in your main engrams list, where it's mixed in with all kinds of stuff from other mods and from the base game. I really like that. And another thing I like about it is that the most important thing here that you can craft either in here or in your inventory is these dinor, these coins. So these coins are what every other item in the mod is made from. So it's really clever. So for example, like here we've got a sofa, and this one costs 5 dinor to make. And we've got all of these different radios that play various different tunes, and these are 20 dinor each to craft. They don't require any other resources other than that. That makes it much simpler because you don't have to go out gathering all kinds of different resources to craft different things. And also for server admins, it opens up some interesting ways of using this mod, because if you were to block just that one engram and not allow players to craft the dinor, then you could use them as a server currency. Essentially, you could award them to players for events, you could put them in loot drops, you could hide them in treasure chests, you could trade them with people, and then players would be able to craft whatever decor they wanted to from those tokens. And not only that, if you take an item from the mod and you break it, it gives you back the dinor as well. So let's see, how many did it cost to make a foundation? Let's go double check. Structures modern, right here, 50. So the foundations cost 50 each. I love the look of the foundations though, how neatly they snap together, and the unique model for them with the different sides like that. I just really love the clean look that they have. And if I hit demolish, I got 25 dinor back. So you get half the amount that you spent to create it. And this was just kind of for fun. There is a 3D map of the island here that is a decoration you can craft. So I combined it with one of the tube lights and a whole bunch of faucets to kind of create a fountain. There's so many things in this mod though that it's kind of hard to remember all of the different things I wanted to point out. One of the things that I love about it though is it's very efficiently put together. A lot of decor mods and a lot of building mods, especially ones with unique structures, are very large. They require a lot of megabytes of storage to download them. And this one is not like that. So this mod has quality of life improvements. It's got reskinned crafting stations. It's got a whole building tier It's got a ton of decor, and it's only 204 megabytes, which is tiny as deco mods go, and building mods. This here, I set it on some ottomans, but it actually mounts to the wall, but it's a 3D printer. It is a modern looking 3D printer, which is your fabricator. And then this here is a forge, which also mounts to the wall. So this is your first forge that you can craft, and then there is also an upgraded version. And these are just exactly what they look like. These are cryopod racks that you can store a few cryopods in. Oh, it looks like you can store other things in them as well. So that's kind of cool. They do not charge cryopods, but I just think they look really cool, even just as a decoration. And it's a cool little shelfy thing. You got a nice little first aid kit that you can store things in. And the mod also comes with a few consumable items that you can make. And of course I can't read the names of these because I don't really read French, but there's various medical items that you can craft that I would assume heal up you or your dinos. I've only been experimenting with this mod in creative mode though. I have not used it in survival mode, so I couldn't tell you how much they heal things. This little wall box, this is your generator. And it's got a ton of slots, so you can really load it up and it'll go for quite a long time. And then there's a lot of decor items that are neon lighted up decor, especially a lot of things from anime and from video games. I can tell that the mod author is really into anime, and so I made sure to use some of those decor items here. Here's our cute little kitchen. Here's one of the radios. Each one plays one tune, and there's quite a few that have different Ark tunes. But I like the fun little bubbling effect when it's on. And when you have it on, it is proximity based. As I move farther away, it will get quieter. And here you've got your sink, which works for filling canteens or just for drinking out of straight. This here is your refrigerator. Has 200 slots. These storage cabinets here are really versatile. I've used them in quite a few different rooms. This here is actually your industrial grill. So it's much smaller. You can make all of your different types of meats here. And cute little glass table. I love that. These are the bottles from Bob's Tall Tales. So I've included a few decor items from Bob's Tall Tales here and there as well, but the vast majority of what you see is all Shokko's decor, including the little flower pot. I love that little flower pot. The stairs are super fun as well. And then up in here, I have kind of more of an industrial cooking area. So this is your industrial cooker, and it's got your recipes in here. All of your regular recipes, another one of those storages. This is a smoker for making jerky. So that is all it does, is it makes jerky, apparently. I think it might need spark powder or something too. It may require some tinkering with, or you can also just join Shokko's Discord and ask questions in there. There are English as well as French channels in there, so if you don't understand what something is or how to use it, you can always ask in there as well. This up here is the air conditioner, so I love the nice modern look of that. And then up here I made a little bedroom. I love this color changing bed. There also are beds with the same model, but they have bases in the various colors of marble that you will see around the build. But I just love the color changing RGB bed, so had to use that one. Here, let me go turn off the aberration music for now. This base design, I'm not going to give a building tutorial for this because I've actually already made one. It is using vanilla base game materials, but this is the exact same design as my Box Ascended base, which I will link here. And I love this base design because it is very efficient. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space early game. You don't have to unlock a ton of different engrams in order to make it. You don't even need to have sloped walls or sloped roofs or anything like that, or any triangles even. It's very, very basic, but it's very efficient as well. It actually has 4 stories inside plus the roof. So lots of spaces to store all of your goodies and stuff. So this I love this. It only stores guns and ammunition. That's all you can put in there. And then got it set up here looking almost like, it makes me think of like a teenage girl's bedroom or something, but I thought it was pretty cute. All of the different anime posters and stuff. And we got this little guy in here. I love these new display cases. I kind of wish you could make the display case itself invisible so that it would just look like it's just your pet sitting there, but you don't have to actually like feed them or anything. Anyway, here's another radio. This one, there's a ton of different ones, but this one plays the Love Evolved theme from the Valentine's Day event. And got a regular cryo fridge over here as well. And then out here, we've got our nice little rooftop, which is a great place to land your flyers. And up here, we've got another level where you can also land some more flyers. Or just enjoy the view of the strawberry fruit punch waterfall. I love the colored glass tier, and this mod has the colored glass in ceilings as well as walls, as well as half walls or railings here. And there's clear glass as well as colored glass in, I believe it's 5 different colors. Yes, 5 different colors plus clear, so a total of 6 colors that all coordinate with each other very well. And there are also versions of the walls and the ceilings that don't have the black frame around them. For this build, I liked the black frame, but if you want to have one massive window that doesn't have frames in between, then you can use that variant of the wall instead of the glass wall or the glass ceiling. And the glass ceiling that isn't colored and doesn't have the frames is practically invisible. And so if you need invisible glass for something, those work very well. And this is actually another one of the wall decorations, the Pokeball, and I thought it just fit perfectly in that window there, so had to make that into a decorative window. And out here, I set up a little outdoor, but under the protection of the next story up, little TV viewing area. I thought this was kind of cute. This is the mod author has put in a little bit of a prank for us. If you mouse over the TV, it says free element. Like, ooh, free element. Are an idiot. You are an idiot. So yeah, that's a little bit of trolling on Shokko's part. And this is actually, underneath it is 3 of the little shelves that you can attach to the wall and put things on. I meshed together 3 of those to make a little stand for the TV. Since it doesn't actually mount to the wall, it needs to sit on something. And then there's another sofa. Got several of those around. Got a nice little seating area here to enjoy the view. There's this nice little outdoor table that has your gas-powered fire, and this is just decorative. It doesn't have an inventory or anything, so it's not for cooking. It's just for decoration. And then over here, I've got we've got our nice inflatable Sarco in the pool. You know, I found an interesting thing. I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, but there's this thing with these display cases, these base game display cases, where if you go into adjust rotation, it doesn't do this for every creature, but for most creatures, it has 2 different sizes available. So I can just click on the same size, the same rotation in here, and it'll toggle back and forth between the different sizes. So if it is on purpose, then I think that's awesome, and I hope maybe they'll give us a little bit more options of how to customize that. Maybe some in-between sizes as well. If not, then I hope they never fix that bug because it's super fun. And we've got these planter pots here, which function as a crop plot. You can grow anything in these crop plots that you can grow in any other. You can even grow the special, like the plant species X, the plant species Y can be grown in these. I don't have any in here right now because I had a server crash and roll back and lost some stuff and had to redo it. But anyway, they do work even for the special crops. And then this here, this is another thing that's just kind of just for fun and based on what the modder likes themselves, I guess. It just generates crickets. I looked up what this means in French using Google Translate, and it just means cricket greenhouse. That's all it means. And yeah, it's just a nice little terrarium that generates crickets for you. You can eat the crickets if you want to, but I don't know anything else that you can do with them. But it's kind of fun, and I like the little cricket noises that it makes. We've got a hot tub as well that you can actually sit in, which is super fun. And then this little building over here, I decided that since we've got a little pool area and spa, that we should also have a little pool house. So we've got a little pool house here with shower to rinse off after you go swimming, sofa to hang out, and of course some more music and stuff. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. This is just a decorative wall mural. Looks like a nice aquarium. And I'm going to give some more distance views. Oh, there's a subtle little hint, a little reminder. I'm going to give some flybys with some better views of some of these areas. These hatcheries here, apparently from what it was saying on the Discord, I don't believe these work currently. Shoko was going to work on fixing that, but in the meantime, they are still in here just for decorative purposes. So right now they're just decorative. In the future, they may also be functional. And then, yeah, this mod includes a full-on dance floor with a DJ booth, which is being manned by a penguin and speakers and the whole thing. And ignore that dead body over there. I tried to make it go away and it would not go away. So yeah, that's your nice little dance floor area, since obviously this is the party house in the neighborhood. And I really decided to kind of go all in with the corners and the cubism sort of look, just to kind of play with the different shapes. And this mod, as of yet, it includes triangle foundations of just the marble variants, and it has triangle ceilings as well and triangle roofs, but it does not have them in the grass or the patio wood textured. There are no triangles yet in that. There also are no ceilings available in those patio textures just yet. And there also are no quarter walls or quarter ceilings. And so that's another reason I decided to go for a pretty simple sort of build here. Those may be added in the future, but I am just super impressed with everything that's in this mod already. But I used some of the triangles here just because it fit the terrain better. This is your industrial forge. It's a lot smaller and definitely looks different from the regular ones, but I think it looks pretty cool. It almost looks like like some sort of a jukebox or something. And I like that all of the different ceiling variants are plain white underneath. So you can't tell what version I used, or the colored marble ones, I should say, are plain underneath. So I can use different colored materials. It doesn't look weird. It doesn't show through the other side that I'm using the colorful marble here basically like area rugs to define some different areas as a way of defining spaces while still keeping it open in its feeling. I hope that makes some kind of sense. Hello, Editing Songbird here, just popping in to give a little bit of a postscript here. I had a chance to talk to both of these modders a little bit on Discord, and so I just wanted to share with you kind of what they told me about their plans for these mods in the future. So Pete's News said that he definitely has big plans for this map. He's got a whole underground biome that he's going to be working on. He has a boss fight, a custom boss fight planned with a custom boss. He's got a lava biome that he's working on. But these are very long-term plans, and it may be a little while before he is able to get back to working on this map, because right now he is working on a paid commission mod map that is going to take him quite a while to complete. And also he is still in school. He's only 20 years old and he is in university, I would assume. And so he has studies and other things going on that may interfere with that. So for now, this map is not quite finished, but I think it would still make a fabulous event map if there are any server admins out there looking for a map to have some kind of a cluster event that was just temporary. And as for Shokco's decor, Shoko may well be adding more things to the mod, but he wanted to emphasize that he makes this mod and other mods as a hobby, just for fun. And so he doesn't have plans to translate it into English. That's way too much trouble. Just remember, when you interact with modders, if you hop into their Discord or whatever, just remember that these are people too. They have lives. They don't just mod all the time, and the vast majority of them don't get paid for this. They're basically sharing their little hobby art projects with the world, and we get to play with their toys just because they're fun. If you don't like to be part of the testing process for an unfinished mod, if you are concerned and it would really make you upset if you were to use a mod and then eventually lose access to that mod, or if that mod was to break and you weren't able to use it anymore, if that would really upset you, then you may want to limit yourself to only using premium mods, because the paid mods come with more of a guarantee that the mod will be maintained and kept in working order and will be patched whenever Wildcard breaks it again. Free mods do not come with any kind of guarantee like that. So I just encourage you to, just be grateful for what we get, though. We get to play with these fun toys and just enjoy them for what they are. If something breaks, if something stops working, stop using that thing. If they have a place to put in bug reports, then by all means file a bug report, but be nice about it, okay? Let's be nice to modders. It's pretty sad that there have been some modders who have actually quit because they had so much negativity, so many demanding players that were being rude to them, that were being unkind to them. Yeah, just basically making it not fun anymore. Remember, this is a hobby for them. It's supposed to be fun. If you make it not fun anymore, then it'll be nobody's fault but yours if the modder quits. So keep that in mind. So that's my little rant for the day. Just be nice to modders. I'm sure that all the subscribers of my channel are awesome, wonderful, nice people who would never be rude to a modder or anyone else. So I have total faith in you guys. Wait, what's that? You're not subscribed? Well, if you're new here, welcome. I'm really glad you joined us. If you've seen a few of my videos and you're not subscribed yet, you might consider doing that. Hitting that button doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out a ton, and I really, really do appreciate it. Thanks. And then you can join the community of awesome people that we are growing here. Anyway, this is the build and Shokco's decor. I'll put a link to the CurseForge page in the description, and also a link in the description for the mod map, Nirvana. I hope you enjoyed checking these out with me. I hope that maybe you'll give them a try. If you enjoyed this video and watched it all the way to the end, then please put a candy emoji in the comments. And I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.